Welcome back to the Stretchford End, everybody. Absolutely brilliant news that I want to bring to you. I am quite happy about it, even though my throat is a bit sore. I do have to apologize if the sound might not be as good, but I have taken lozenges. But I want to, first of all, take the time to thank you guys. We've just got over 100 subscribers. To me, that's big. To me, that's amazing. We've come a long way, and we definitely, as I've said, want to have 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And I know we can do it, but the ultimate goal is to reach the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, the millions. We want to get every single Manchester United supporter that we can right across the world. And I know we can do it. But I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the videos. I want to thank you guys for showing your support, showing your love for the channel. I really do appreciate it. It really, really does mean a lot to me. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. And I love you guys as Manchester United supporters. And if you aren't a Manchester United supporter and you are here, welcome. We don't show any discrimination. We don't hate on any other rival supporters. We are a welcoming community, a family-like community, and we want to engage with every football fan there is right across the world. But thank you for those who have subscribed and for those who will still subscribe, because I know we will be growing and becoming much bigger than we are right now. And for those that are here since day one, definitely you guys will be remembered when the Stretford End does become even bigger than what it is now. Thank you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. But as you see in the thumbnail, it's all about Darwin Nunez, and I want to bring you the latest news that have come out once again today. Of course, later on today, we'll also be having our preview to the Norwich City game coming out. But definitely make sure you click that notification bell so that you can be notified when we do upload videos as and when we do always. But of course, without further ado, let's get into the news. And in the reports, it is said that with a replacement needed for Edison Cavani, who we know will definitely be leaving in the summer, regardless of the fact that Erik ten Hag will be the new Manchester United manager, with him leaving and possibly Ronaldo leaving. I know it was stated that he will be staying because no other club can pay the salary that he earns right now at Manchester United, but anything can happen in football. We have to always be alert and aware of that factor. And if he does potentially leave, we will be needing a striker. But in general, I think we will be needing a striker because Martial might be coming back, but I don't think he will be staying. Perhaps he could be leaving and potentially find a position on the left wing and not up front, because I don't think and I don't see him as a striker. But perhaps Ten Hag can, make him into the striker that he needs to be. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see on that. But with us potentially needing a striker, it is thought Manchester United could go make a move for Harry Kane or Darwin Nunez. Now, for those who have seen Darwin Nunez and who have watched him play, personally, he is the type of striker that Erik ten Hag needs at Manchester United. He is the striker that Erik ten Hag loves to have in the system that he plays. He performed against Erik ten Hag's system in the Champions League when Benfica won Ajax, and he performed in the game after that in both leagues against Liverpool, and last night even more so. So it should be a done deal. I am convinced that we need to get Darwin Nunez. Yes, Erling Haaland is there, but Fabrizio Romano has reported that City is going all out for Erling Haaland, and Real Madrid and Barcelona are also still there. So us getting Haaland could potentially be quite difficult, because it will depend on what Erik ten Hag says, and it will come down to Erling Haaland and what he wants to achieve. But we know he wants to play Champions League, and perhaps that might be a deciding factor. But I don't think it will be a deciding factor for Darwin Nunez. And the reason why I say that is because Darwin Nunez is a type of committed striker that's not worried about money or status or fame. unlike Erling Haaland, who basically wants to be the top striker and is always, wanting to have fame and wanting to be the highest goal scorer, just like Darwin Nunez. But the key factor and the key difference between the two is, in my opinion, their commitment levels. To me, Darwin Nunez will run more, fight more, is more mobile, and is more an attacking threat than Erling Haaland. For me, Erling Haaland is a top striker that is, also able to run it behind, also able to hold up the ball, and is dangerous and deadly in his finishing ability, whether it be with his head or his feet. But for me, Darwin Nunez is more of a fighter. He's more of, that South American die-hard type of blood that we need in a Manchester United player. And I think, with Erling Haaland being, being managed by Mino Raiola as his agent, I think with Pogba leaving, potentially we don't want to have to deal with him again at Manchester United, because we haven't had good dealings with Mino Raiola at Manchester United. And he always speaks badly about the club, and he always, basically disrespects the club in public and to the media. And Pogba basically just does what he says. And that has been very toxic for the dressing room and for the club. So perhaps, it's a bit of a blessing in disguise that Darwin Nunez has come out this season and has, shone so brightly as he has been doing, because now we can potentially look at a striker that is willing and will potentially challenge Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, at the top scoring goals, for their respective clubs. Perhaps we should, not get into another toxic relationship with Mino Raiola just to have Erling Haaland. But we will see. But Darwin Nunez is a target, and that is brilliant news. That shows that the board is actually looking at top strikers. I don't want Harry Kane. I don't even want to speak about him, because I don't believe Harry Kane is the striker that we need at the club. Yes, he's a top quality striker, but I don't think we need him at the club. And with Antonio Conte and Spurs potentially getting Champions League, I don't think he would leave. I think he will definitely stay and basically want to be part of that building that is being done by Antonio Conte. So a bit of a strange one there, but I do believe that we can get Darwin Nunez. And the reason why I said that is because other news has stated that Manchester United want to strengthen the spine of the team with a new centre-back, central midfielder, and a striker. And the midfield options are believed to include Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Ruben Neves, Yves Bissouma, Milinkovic-Savic, and Aurelien Tchouameni. Now, of course, those are top midfield options, starting from Declan Rice. But in my opinion, Declan Rice is not better than Tchouameni. Declan Rice is not better than Yves Bissouma or even Ruben Neves. In my opinion, the targets should be Tchouameni, Ruben Neves, and then perhaps, Calvin Phillips as a third option. That is my tier list in terms of midfielders. And the reason why I say that is because Tchouameni is a combination of Pogba and N'Golo Kante. For those who have watched him play in Ligue 1 and, for the French national team, you will have seen he's got that silky, powerful midfield ability about him, very good on the ball, very good in the air as well, able to spray passes, able to defend fantastically well, just like N'Golo Kante. And he's quite mobile and quite quick, in his acceleration from one point to the next on the pitch, and will definitely be an upgrade to our midfield and can play alone as a defensive midfielder. So he should be the top person we should go for. But of course, it all comes down to what the player wants and what the ambitions of the player is. But I do believe he is a player we should be going out for, the same way I feel we should be going for Darwin Nunez. Of course, the other options that I've mentioned, Yves Bissouma is a Premier League proven defensive midfielder for Brighton and has done well and would definitely be a dark horse to come to Manchester United, but he's definitely top quality in his mobile ability, in his passing range, in his tackle. He has the highest tackle succession rate in the Premier League than any other midfielder. And that in itself is a feather in his cap, to show his quality and that he probably will move on to a bigger team. But again, a dark horse to come to Manchester United. Ruben Neves is a dream. Should he come to Manchester United, he will be absolutely fantastic. Another proven Premier League defensive midfielder, and will definitely, be an upgrade on the current midfield options that we do have. So Declan Rice is completely out of the question. West Ham have made him too expensive, and he's a Chelsea supporter. He will probably want to go to Chelsea and want to play Champions League, I am sure. Milinkovic-Savic has been a long-term target of us since the Mourinho days, but I don't think we're definitely going for him. I think it's just a name that is basically, added out there. And as I've said, Calvin Phillips is basically a top quality midfielder for me, better than Declan Rice. But, again, should we get Calvin Phillips, would be fantastic. He would be an upgrade on midfield, definitely, and will be a player that can improve under Erik ten Hag, just like Chouamini, just like Yves Bissouma. These players can improve. Likewise, Ruben Neves, they will and can improve under Erik ten Hag. So good midfield options that we want. And, of course, with Darwin Nunez, for me, will definitely be a player that we should be looking to get. Further news has stated that we are said to have discussed Rudiger, who is available on a free from Chelsea, and Jurrien Timber, both as the centre-back options. So Jurrien Timber, Antonio Rudiger is a bit more difficult because being a free agent and because, it comes down to where we are and what his ambitions are as a player, but with Ragnick wanting Rudiger, perhaps he would lay, a bit of a good word into Ten Hag's ear and say, what, let's go and get Rudiger. We can definitely, have a top quality centre back in him. And of course, with Varane having a bit of an injury record this season, perhaps we will be going for a centre back. And with the likes of Jurrien Timber being wanted by Ten Hag as a top transfer target, and he plays currently for Ajax, as I've said in previous videos. If you haven't seen that, definitely go and check it out. He is a player that can come in and immediately start for Manchester United because he's played at the highest level and can definitely take this first season to learn the Premier League, to get better within the Premier League, and of course be a starting centre-back for us. Only 20 years old and with immense potential to become a top quality centre-back, and has shown that under Erik ten Hag at Ajax, but can definitely show more at Manchester United should he definitely come to Manchester United with Erik ten Hag. And just a little bit last news, Luke Shaw is fighting a battle to play again this season after it emerged. This operation is to remove metal screws in his leg. Could take longer to heal than initially expected. I've said it in the previous video. Luke Shaw is basically making sure that he's out for the season so that he can be fit for the preseason and fit for the World Cup for England. It's all good. Alex Telles will definitely start at left back and be the number one starter. So hopefully we'll see better performances by Alex Telles from now until the end of the season. But that is the latest news. Darwin Nunez being a target, and various midfield targets such as Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Yves Bissouma, Ruben Neves, Milinkovic-Savic, and of course Aurelien Chouamini. Those are just the top midfield targets that we want. Top striking targets is Darwin Nunez. That is the latest news that has been brought out for Manchester United today. But definitely keep an eye out. Click that notification bell, as I've said before. We'll definitely be uploading a video later on with regards to our preview to the game against Norwich City. And there is a bit of a surprise in that for you for my personal, predicted starting 11. But we'll definitely get into that later. Thank you guys for joining me. Links to our various socials are in the descriptions below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you guys for joining me. Till we speak again soon, which will be definitely in our preview. That is it, me, Sashin Johnson, from the Stretford End. Goodbye, Red Devils.